What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout and stepping in the building. I got friends and family members to the show off in this thing. Mac, No Limit, what's good with it, boss?
What's happening? I'm back. What's happening with you?
Man, same grind. ATL Top 20, aka DJ Bishop. What's happening with it, my dog?
Chilling, man. Consistency.
Hey, man, I'm here for the consistency, man. First of all, let me tell you, I love what you've been doing with those concerts too, show.
Appreciate it.
Because see, the whole thing is, what I noticed with that, you bringing back the element of the movement to the movement in Atlanta.
Yeah.
A lot of folks have been saying that we ain't had no places to really perform the artistry and, you know, deliver it to the masses, and you have done that, sir. And one more time, we got the Tank Dogs Takeover.
Tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mac
Tonight.
Fiend, I mean, what's happening?
Tonight is going down. Knox Music House tonight. ATL Georgia. We in the building. Y'all already know. We're gonna turn it up. It's the greatest show on earth.
Now, I mean, 20, I'm about to come to you, Mac. 20, you done had BG, you done had the Rich Kids in there, you done had everybody
Young
in there.
Dro.
Young Dro and everybody
Scrappy,
else. What
Big
has that
Boogie.
been like, putting them shows on for the city and creating a whole new vibe at the same time?
Well, basically, you know, it's a new brand that I created. Me and my homie J Dot. ATL
What up,
Top
though,
20
Dot?
Jams. We
Yeah.
had artists coming up, rapping at the table, you know, going viral. So, you know, a lot of people just be on the internet copying.
Yeah.
You know, so with me, it's like, y'all can copy off me for a couple months, but I'm going to take it to another level. So I'm like, all right, we're going to take this and turn it into a concert series. So the whole strategy is basically, we did the dinner parties.
Yeah.
I taught everybody how to bring people together and sit down at the table and eat, no matter if you're getting a deal or you just about to put out a new project.
Yeah.
We did the listening parties. You know what I'm saying? I taught everybody how to bring people, you know, to the studio and listen to the project before it come out. Now I'm teaching people how to do shows. Like, these artists be having the ego, but they ain't sold no tickets.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, if y'all don't want to come together and sell these tickets, I'ma do it featuring you.
And sell
You know what I'm
these
saying?
tickets.
And we're gonna
Sell
sell
these
these tickets, and I can take my database to Live Nation or whichever one of these companies and be like, look, I sold $500,000 worth of tickets last year.
Come on now.
Now
Come
we
on.
got ATL Top 20 Jams in New Orleans. We got it in St. Louis. We got it in, you know, Detroit. And it spread. But you got to sell these hard tickets. All this walking through the club.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we need to be in some venues, some arenas.
Come on.
You know, but once again, they'll be like, he ain't from Atlanta. He don't know what he talking about.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm from Atlanta. I've been here 20 years now.
Exactly. Now, hit me with this, though, 20, because, see, you know, you go back with No Limit, okay?
Yeah.
What is it like for you growing up as a fan of No Limit, but then being able to turn around and do shows with Fiend and Mac after you done been on the road with them on top of that?
I
mean,
never
it's-
asked him that one.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true. I'm a No Limit baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, No Limit raised me. You know, once I got hip to No Limit, it just, every week we going to buy 1 or 2 CDs, whatever. They right in the front of the store. We can just look for the colors.
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah.
that's what it was. And with Mac and Fiend, it's like, I'm creating a Belle Biv DeVoe with No Limit.
I like that.
Because
I
it's like
that.
my opinion, no
Come on.
disrespect, happy birthday to the Colonel, Master
right.
P. But I feel like he handicapped a lot of his artists because the fans don't want to see them unless he with them. And they just as good.
Yeah.
Because I done seen Mac
Yeah.
get a standing ovation.
Yeah.
I done seen people like Young Dro,
Yeah.
Fabo,
Yeah.
outperform a lot of these artists.
Facts.
You know, so when I look at these Rock the Bells and I look at these comedy shows and they have they same artists that they picking, and it's like, what about them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fabo can rock that crowd too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mac can rock it. Fiend can rock it. Mia
on.
can rock it. It don't have to be New Edition all the time.
Yeah.
It can be Belle Biv DeVoe. It can
right.
be Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
That's right.
And then they can come together, you know. Shit, Cash Money got 3-4 tours going on. You got Cash Money Millionaires. You got Turk, Juvie, and Manny.
Yeah.
You got
Louisiana Fest.
Louisiana Festival.
Fest.
You got Carter 6 about to have
Come
a
on.
tour. So it's like, come on, it's enough money and there's enough room for everybody. So let's not leave nobody out while we still living. You know what I'm saying?
Bars.
I think that's true.
Get in here, man.
No, I think that's true because even like with record labels like Motown back in the days, all of those artists were touring, and all of them were doing their own shows respectively as well. So I do agree that, you know, labels you got different choices. I mean, if you have more than just the bigger artists on the label, so I do agree.
Yeah.
Mac, I mean, how do you feel, man, to be out here free doing your thing? I mean, if you ain't on CBS, you over there in arenas, you over here with ATL Top 20 doing shows all over the country, man. I mean, what is that feeling for you like right now?
Man, I'm having the time of my life. I
ain't mad at that.
I ain't lying, man. After doing all that time, bro, I just be excited to be able to move around and just to be free.
Exactly.
So, you know, I enjoy it from a couple different ways. It's like as an artist, I enjoy it. I enjoy the love that the you know, the audience show, but I also just enjoy so much just being able to move around, to not be on that count.
Come on,
you know
man.
what I mean? And I'm just having the time of my life. I mean, we went to CBS this morning, I think about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We did Ebony, we did Daily Mail.
Come on.
We got a couple more lined up that we have to go, but what we're doing right now is talking about just freedom of speech. I'm an advocate, of course, for the First Amendment.
Yeah.
We got a law passed in Louisiana to protect artists' rights.
That's
so
right.
that guys can be able to say, you know, creatively what they want to say. And we're trying to get legislation passed all over the country, actually. I'm a part of an organization called Free Our Art.
Exactly.
And it's a new nonprofit, but it's like a big tent organization. It's bipartisan, and we're just trying to get bipartisan legislation passed all over the country to protect artists' rights.
Yeah.
We're providing support for defendants that are in cases where their song lyrics and their art, just art in general, not so much as just song lyrics is being used, as well as raising, you know, fundraising for it. So I'm just glad to be a part of it, to do something that can prevent somebody else from getting in the situation that I was in. And yeah, I'm having the time of my life.
When you talk about that Free Our Art campaign, man, I mean, how do you feel about folks like BG, who has to turn in his lyrics to the people before he can even put out his music? I mean, is that one of the things that you're working on as far as freeing the art so folks can get back to working and have freedom at the same time?
Indeed. And look, I got to take my glasses off for this one.
Yeah.
So look, when BG got out, I called him, we talked. He had a court date in New Orleans, and so I came to the court date, and we talked briefly about what he was dealing with. And initially, when he told it to me, I was like, that sounds kind of extreme. I was like, maybe he's misinterpreting what they're telling him.
Yeah.
He gave me the paperwork, and I saw what they was demanding of him, or what they was asking of him was like, you got to turn in your lyrics, and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
This is illegal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We live in a country where we have free speech.
Exactly.
You know, and I just think it's unfortunate, and I think that what we're doing is definitely going to help brothers like that and others, you know, from not having to go through that.
When you see the Dirks or you see the Young Thugs on trial facing Fed charges and state charges and looking at football numbers, man, and you see that their art being brought into the case, how do you feel about that? And then also, I want you to remind me to your case when that happened to you.
Right, so I'm biased in the way that, you know, from my own situation, I know how easily that a person can be wrongfully accused, particularly when you have the odds stacked against you in the form of the prosecution and all of that. I don't know too much about the details of Dirk's or Young Thug's case, but I will say this: if you're using song lyrics, then that's a early signal to me that there's a lack of evidence. You know what I mean? Because if you really had some substantial evidence, there would be no need to be bringing up the lyrics of a song. And I think that's just unfortunate. I'm totally against that. And I think that if those guys are going to be tried, I just expect for them and everyone to have a fair trial and keep song lyrics out of it, because we know that song lyrics are not always a true reflection of a person's character.
Exactly.
I mean, this is hip hop. You know what I mean? We exaggerate. We use metaphors. We use similes. We use hyperboles. We use all of these things in song. And I think that if we continue on this path, we're going to stifle creativity.
Yeah.
And guys will start just making, you know, they'll be less creative, and I'm against that.